as our existence, our being, our existence, and our lifestyle, our way of life.
오늘은 지방 책임자들이 모이다 보는데 지구장 혹은 기동대장, 그다음에 교부장 다 손들어 보자.
This morning in our congregation we have all the state leaders, district leaders, and IOWC leaders are here. Those, please raise your hands.
아닌 사람.
And those who are not, raise your hands.
대부분 그러면 오늘은 이 제목이 좀 복잡하다고.
As you may have already noticed, topic of Father's speech this morning is rather complicated.
이거 철학적으로 말하면 이거 근본 문제에 들어가는 거라고.
In the philosophical terms, this falls in the category of existence.
자, 나는 존재하고 있다. 나는 살고 있다.
I exist.
이러한 문제를 두고 볼 때 존재, 내가 존재한다는 자체를 두고 볼 때 간단한 내용, 전부 다 방대한 내용을 중심 삼고 의미가 포함되어 있는 것으로 생각해야 되겠다.
When we say I exist, then that denotes a lot of meaning, has lots of content in it. We have to think and view many different ways.
자, 그러면 이제 여러분 미국 국민 한 사람, 미국 국민 한 사람은 나.
When you say I, you as an individual, you as an American, as millions of Americans.
자, 그러면 미국 사람 하면 미국 사람은 혼자 나를 두고 말하는 것이 아니고 전체를 대표해서 하는 말이라는 걸 우리는.
And when you say I an American, even though that means you're an individual, an American, but still that individual represents the meaning of all Americans, a part of Americans.
떨어진 나가 아니고 연결된 나라.
So that is not a detached, independent American or myself, but a part, connected whole.
또 그럼 미국 사람은 어떻게 돼? 미국 사람은 미국이라는 것도 한 나라가.
And Americans collectively is not just one country. It's a country comprised of many countries.
연결된 그 가운데 미국 나라가 존재한다. 에?
So America, the country of America, exists when all other nations in the world exist. They exist among them and as one of all.
그럼 지구가 존재한다. 이때는 지구성이 하여튼 지구성이 하나의 모든 대우주 가운데 대우주와의 대표해가지고 지구성이라고 우리 말해야 된다.
Likewise, when we say planet Earth, that planet Earth is a part of the cosmos, the great big universe, and the planet Earth is a component of that.
자, 우리 눈을 말하면 눈의 존재가 말하면 눈 이렇게 된 나 자체가 이게 눈만이 아니죠. 연결돼 있다.
When we say my eyes, certainly eyes cannot have any meaning independently. The eyes are very much a part of myself.
자, 손하면 손 이것이 내 손 자체가 내 손 하게 되면 내 손 자체는 연결된 한 부분의 손으로서 존재한다.
And so it's true with the hand. This hand is only meaningful. It makes meaning when we conceive the whole person, and this hand is a part of that person's limb.
자, 그런데 손이 말하면 내 마음대로 한다 할 때는 그 내 마음대로 그 말이라는 것이 손 하나를 중심 삼고 단독적인 의미 아니고 연관적인 입장에서 공동적인 활동을 표저로 한 내용에서 내가 손이 움직인다.
when I say I manipulate or I behave, I manipulate my hands, then that means that as a part of my will and my whole body, and I exercise my arm for a certain purpose, and this hands is very much of myself and my will and my whole being and my whole activities.
손이 이렇게 간다면 손만이 가는 것이 아니에요. 이건 뭐냐면 손 하나만 가는 게 전체가 간다. 모든 세포가 가고 정신이 가고 모든 것이 여기서 같은 보조를 취해 가지고 손이라는 것이 그 전체를 대표한 자리에서 활동한다.
And moreover, when my hand move according to my will, according to my command, according to my need, this just does not move independently as an hand, but instead my will is directing the hand to move, and my eyes are following that. My whole faculty, my whole organs are focused on the same purpose as hand moves and exercises.
내 손이 이렇게 하는데 정신은 딴 데 가고 눈은 딴 데 가가지고 뭐
And you don't think something else, and the whole direction is directed towards that, attention is directed toward that, and hand doing something. This is very weird.
내 눈이 본다 하더라도 정신없이 본다는 건 뭐야? 정신이 왔어. 뭐에 먼저
And when your eyes are looking at something, and your mind and your soul is not focused on that, the same place eyes are focusing on, then eye becomes so hollow that you know the eyes are not looking at it, even though eyes are.
그 말은 미국 국민으로 내가 전제한다. 내가 이 간다 하는 미국을 딱 한 사람이 내 마음대로 가는 것은 미국이라는 내가 이런 관점에 모두를 맞춰서 내가 가고 있다는 사실을
So therefore we can conclude that I, as an American, go somewhere, do something, then that whole America, he is a tip of that, he is a part of that, he is a sensor of that, is doing something and going somewhere.
자 그러면 이제 우리의 존재는 우주의 영역은 그거냐? 우주는 마찬가지. 우주라는 것이 있다면 존재하는 그 방대한 우주가 그냥 그대로서의 존재하는 연합체의 대표 형식을 통해서 존재한다. 이런 개념을 우리는 찾아낼 수 있다.
And the universe, very much the same way, the whole cosmos, a part of the whole cosmos, the universe, the whole thing is a one. The component of that can never be truly independent. Actually, they are dependent on each other. They are part of the same.
자 그러면 말이야. 나라의 대통령에서는 대통령이라는 존재는 국민을 대표하는 저에서 위에 있는 사람.
Like a president of a country, representing the whole country, he sits on top of the whole nation, of the people.
산을 꼭대기 있는 사람.
If you compare it to a mountain, of course that's the pinnacle, or the top of the mountain.
자 그러면 미국 대통령은 그 국민이 앞으로의 존재해 나가는데 제일 중요한 자리에 있는 동시에 중요한 자리에서 발전할 수 있는 그런 중심의 길을 채택해가지고 그 길을 정상적으로 가지는 대통령으로서 책임 만수를 못한다.
So president, even though he may be an individual, but since he represents the whole nation, what he does should be the way, in such a way that the best way the whole nation can ever do, and or else he cannot be truly said a good president.
대통령이 그렇다면 대통령 피하 있는 사람들은 대통령이 있으나 마나 가지고 우리 말이 적자 대통령이 말하는 그 방향에 의해 가지고 우리 국민은 상대적 보도를 취해야 됩니다.
The people of that nation, under the president will the nation come. Likewise, they have to go along with what the president intends. They cannot say, well, the president is him, I am independent from him, certainly have no place as a true the citizen of a nation.
그 국가의 모든 국민은 대통령의 국가 정책
case, then the country deteriorates sometimes very fast.
발전은 단지 주체와 대상 관계가 확고하게 맺어지고 그것이 활동 범위가 커지면 클수록 그 활동하는 그 힘과 범위에 따라서 그 자체는 커지게 됩니다.
So when we become a little more concretely and analytical, we can see that subject and objects will interact with each other and expand, escalate their activities, their span of activities. Then the country becomes more vigorous, the country becomes more strong, if you will, and their activities are abundant.
그럼 이 우주가 있으면 우주 가운데 나다. 우주 가운데 나다.
And here is a universe, and I am very much a part of that universe. I am a member of that universe.
이 우주라는 가운데 나라는 걸 공부할 때 우주에 가는 지향하는 그런 사상이라든가 그런 생각, 의지라든가 그런 지향성에 따라 가지고 나는 거기에 모두 맞춰 가지고 하나 될 수 있는 노력을 함으로 말미암아 우주를 대표한 데 전제 기반이 결정된다.
So, inevitably, an individual, we must understand and know where the universe is going, or what universe will. So, as it wills, we have to realize and we have to go abreast with it. We have to go along with it every moment and tread the same way, go the same direction, will the same thing.
그렇기 때문에 우리의 존재, 나의 존재는 우주가 존재하는 큰 목적에 소속한 나로서 가야 된다.
So therefore, my existence or my position is determined how much and how well I go along with the universe. Then and only then I can find my position
그래서
in the
이런
universe.
가운데서 인생의 생활 양식들은 남성만이 있다. 여성만이 있다.
Under this context, each has its lifestyle, not so drastically different from others, but generally the same direction and same will. So the way of life, as a man, there is a way of life as a man, and so women, and that is the view of life, so to speak. View of life. What is life ought to be? Therefore, how should I live my life?
View of life, perspective of life.
Perspective of life, if you will. View of life.
여자가 가야 할 관, 남자가 가야 할 관.
And what man's view of life, in other words, how a man should conduct in life, and how a woman should regard her life and her duty in life, so to speak, conduct her life, are two. There are two.
그것을 부정하는 사람들은 이 존재, 이 우주 세계의 공보자를 번거치고 덕적 아니고 파괴적인 노력을 할 것이다.
But someone maybe not capable, not willing, so he doesn't care. He say, I don't want to think about that. I just want to live according to my impulses. Certainly, he will confuse life. He will confuse life for others. That is, he will not alone. He's confused himself, and he confuses whole universe, for that matter.
그래서 여자가 가야 할 길은 그래서 여자가 생겨난 거 여자가 생겨났고 남자가 생겨난 남자로서 생겨나게 되리라.
So we can look back at the way man is, the way woman is. That is the way the particular man, a man is built the way he is, and the woman exists the way she is.
자, 여자라는 것은 가심이 나오고 공기가 퍼지고 키가 작고 소리가 나고 그런 것이 여자라는 것이다. 엄청 많이 있다고 그래.
No more truth is simpler. Truth is simpler than the way the man and woman is built. That's the great truth in that woman has a large bosom. That has a purpose, and then a large body, of course. That has its large, yes. more specific.
Body small.
Body is small. I'm sorry.
그러면 그 여자는 그 가슴이 여자를 위해서 나왔느냐, 전체와 상관계, 내 독자적인 관계를 위해서 나왔느냐, 전체에 상하기 위해서 이것이 이렇게 됐느냐.
Take this large bosom, for instance. Is she the way she is for herself, or she is built the way she is to go along with a certain whole purpose? So, certain purpose as a whole.
너희들이 그 저 여자를 말하면 내가 이 보증을 갖고 태어난다 해서 태어난 거야. 나 싫다 해서 뛰어버려보라.
Did you find yourself with the breast because you wanted it that way, or because you didn't want a breast, so I will be born without breast? Did you have a choice?
내 맘대로 할 수 있어?
Just as much as you were born without choice, the way you must go is without your choice.
이게 나라는 게 너무 어디서부터는 내가 이렇게 저렇게 여자로 되어진 그 관 가운데 구성을 이래 궁둥이를 이래고 여자는 그냥 화장을 저 아름다운 걸 좋아했던 돼 있는 데서 나지 이 전체를 대표한 나가 아니야.
So you were born with your characteristics with the view that a woman should live this way. You were born with that view already, because that's what you were expected by universe to be, and because of that view, because of that perspective, you were born the way you are, equipped with everything that is needed to do that. And isn't it appropriate, adequate explanation why the man is born and with their features to go along with the whole? Is this true statement or not?
내 맘대로 한다. 내 맘대로 한다. 그 자체가 어리석은 소리. 내 맘대로 나를 내 맘대로 한다. 그 자체가 어리석은 여자는 여자의 길을 가야 되고 남자는 남자의 길을 가면이 있는데 여자가 남자의 길을 갔다 올때 안 된 말이요. 남자가 여자의 길을 갈 수 없는 길이다.
So come to think of this, come to pay a lot of attention to this, which we should, then it becomes absurd that each individual has, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. In general way, the strong way, the way he wants to do something is already determined. That's the way he's born by. The man cannot live like a woman, nor the woman can live like the man. They have each different perspective. Therefore, when someone say, I want to do this way, he doesn't even have to want it. He's supposed to do a certain way, and that's the best way for him and the universe.
그걸 부정하고 행동할 때는 파괴야. 이 우주가 부정해.
Man has his will, and this can work for or very much against himself and the universe. If a man wants to do something or live some way which other than the direction of a movement is, then he destroys the order of the universe, and including himself. Destruction results when each one goes against that universal will. Don't you believe that? Yes. You can understand that.
내 맘대로 위치 내에서 제한된 자리에서 자기 관을 중심 삼은 내용에서 내 마음대로 한다는 그것을 벗어나서 내 마음대로 한다는 것을 허락할 수도 없고 허락받을 수도 안 되고 해서는 파괴버린다.
So this is the picture of the will. Of course, an individual can do whatever he wants to do, or whatever he wants is the best way to live for him and for the universe. But that is within a given framework, within a given field. We can do that, but we cannot go beyond that. In other words, a man can be free within that boundary as a man should live, under the perspective of man should live. But he cannot say, I'm going to get out of this limitation and I'm going to be free and live like a woman. He is destroying the order of the universe. Simply, a woman should give birth to a child. that's exactly why the hip is large to give a easy birth, and also the breast to nourish the baby when he or she comes to the world. But today, the civilization, if you will, has come to such a complicated way that women don't want to nurse them without knowing why they have, without paying attention why they have breast.
저지 말아요. 아이고 저지 참 얘 일이야. 너는 애기를 쳐들어가는데 저주 생겨난 사명을 못 따는데 왜 안 되게?
That deviated individual may be happy at that, but her breast, a part of herself, will strongly resent her. This is my, this is what I do best, and you're not putting me into use. You're ignoring me.
손도 참 싸고 눈도 참 싸는데 모든 감각도 어머니로서의 감각도 참 싸죠.
In the long run, the sensitivity of a mother will blame her, not giving her the proper attention.
야, 바로 breast.
Part of the breast too.
파트가 아니라 전체 어머니로서의 그 사상의
So as a whole motherhood, the spirit of a motherhood will protest and resent that individual who will not nurse the baby, no matter what the reason may be.
애기를 키우는데 말이야. 우리 애기 몸뚱이에 살이 무슨 살이야? 우유살이다. 이거 말이야. 그 살이 그 배와 살이 내 살이다. 어머니가 볼 때 어떨까?
Well, without question, look at the baby who has grown up. After you give the birth to that baby, and the baby becomes bigger and bigger and stronger. And after a while, after a certain time, you look at your baby, or boy, or girl, that height, say, what is her or his flesh comprised of? He and she got all the part of the body from cow. All the nutrition from cow. So he is very much of a part of cow. Whereas the nursed mother says she or he is all of my own. There's no foreign element in him, which has become a part of his cells. So how can you compare with a boy who's grown up by cow and a grown up by part of you?
애들이 말할 때, 야, 너 태어날 때, 미국식 젖병 빠니까 어머니 가슴대에 쏘가 먹으면서 우유를 꿀꿀 먹는 거야. 엄마 가슴을 파고, 엄마 애기가 썰썰 사랑 받으면서 처음에 쫙 젖병에서 웃으면서 먹는 거야.
How is the love of the universe that the baby, after she's born, is quite helpless. He or she is fed any way the mother wishes to feed her or feed him, the baby. So baby suckles, the nursing bottle, and he's downright cheated. He is have that the oral sensation with that, and then keeps on growing. Whereas actually what he wants to do is just dig into her mother's bosom as much as he wants, any way he wants, anytime he wants, become deeper in give and take with the mother, and get stronger in ties and love with his mother, and therefore with the universe.
그 젖을 먹는 걸 볼 때, 그 남편 되는 그 사람은 뭐야? 아버지 되는 사람이 그 가슴을 들다 보니까 그 내가 좋아하는 저 벗을 가슴을 젖을 먹고 이러는구나.
And the man is a very much part of this process too. The man looking at a baby, new baby, born, and digging into, really suckling into the mother's bosom. Then he looks at from the side and, oh, that's the breast I like too. But my baby is occupying the whole breast. And that stirs up his sensation of a father who's looking at it, a part of that love.
엄마, 건드리지 마. 내가 좋아하는 젖을 건드리는 이야기야.
To put it extreme way, very selfish father will say, no, don't give it to the baby, that's mine. But instead, the good father will say, yes, as much as I like it, baby likes it, I will let the baby occupy that breast.
너도 먹지?
So that father joins the baby in being nursed by the mother and suckling the mother's.
남자라는 동물은 여자의 가슴을 좋아하는 것이다. 이거는 나오고.
Well, father came to another conclusion, tentative conclusion that all men like the breast of a woman, of his wife.
그렇죠. 남자의 몸처럼 말이 나온 데가 없다.
And that's where the woman is very distinctly different from man. In the man's part, the upper part, it's not abundant as a woman. Nothing. So you want something that is different.
남자라는 동물은 여자의 가슴에 대한 관심이 많습니다. 가슴이 커진 줄 알아가지고 상대를 부풀리게.
It's very much so, and the men are much drawn to the abundance of woman's bosom.
결혼하는 생활하면 그러나 그렇게 생각한다고. 결혼하는 생활들은 그냥 저기 한층 가면 전부 다 그 남자는 여자의 가슴을 많이 만지고 살 것이다. 결혼자들 얘기 좀 해보지.
So father feels that it's only too natural after you are blessed and married and then live together in the bed. The man would like to feel much of the woman, and no matter what look you look now, isn't that true? Nothing to do with the woman. It's just a man. That's a man. The way you laugh, the way you respond, explain all. You don't have to speak the words.
그 때문에 이게 뭐 다른 얘기가 그렇지 말이야. 여자와 남자는 위에서 닿고 남자와 여자는 또 아래서 닿고.
So you see, so different. Both the upper and the lower parts of all the body different, and they reciprocate. In other words, they supplement each other in what they don't have and what they do have.
자, 그렇기 때문에 그걸 싫다는 여자는 여자에 관해서 벗어나는 사람.
But some extreme women, or the women in extreme stance, may go against the whole thing. And she says, I am different. I don't want to be that way. But when she becomes that extreme and becomes so different from womanhood, then she no longer is within her order. She is rebelling against the universe and womanhood. So the woman must give a birth to a baby, healthy baby, and
그래서 여자는 아기를 보내면 여자는 못했기 때문에 그는 비참한 것이다.
so when the woman failed to give a birth to a baby, then of course she is that much unhappy, or that she against that much expectation, therefore she is that much miserable, if you call.
반대로 말하면 남편 혹은 남편의 사람은 여자가 아기를 낳아서 전내기를 가슴과 품고 있는데 사랑할 줄 알아야 그 남편인 것이다.
On the other hand, the man, the real, the true, the man, to comply with the